Hello and welcome back. We are in the midst of a special mini-series titled How to Gain an Edge. 5 strategies that will help you stand up from the crowd and radically accelerate your success. Today is our 4th installment of 5. If you missed the first one, you're out of luck. You'll have to wait until it appears on our Darren Daily On Demand podcast, and I'll post a link to the podcast below. Episodes 2 and 3 are still open. Check the links below. Remember, each episode expires in 72 hours, so be sure that you are doing your 5 minutes or so of Darren Daily routine each morning, and hashtag never miss. The 4th strategy to gain an edge over everyone else around you is to learn to hyper-focus. People don't really understand the calculus around how even the slightest bit of derailment of focus causes a calamity down the line. Particularly when it is multiplied across an organization, a team, the productivity loss is colossal. Learning to focus, building in systems to keep you focused, instituting rituals, rhythms, guardrails, and distraction defense systems around you and your organization can gain you a massive edge over everybody else. And I mean massive. This is true in leading a team or as an individual contributor. Let me break this up into 4 levels of results, okay? Producers in the top 1%. These are the people who become wealthy in our society. Those in the top 10%, those people make a good multiple 6-figure income, but they never really become wealthy. Those in the top 20%, they do all right, but they mostly tread water. They just hope that they make enough and save enough by the time they retire. And then there's everybody else in the 80%. Good luck. This is going to define for you what separates the top 1% from everybody else. If you really grasp this edge will make you more money than most any other idea you've ever conceived or have been given before. And it doesn't matter where you are now if you make the adjustments that I'm going to talk to you about today. Okay, the edge that the 1% have over everybody else is this. On a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10, the 1%ers' base operation is around about an 8. Sometimes they go deep and they get to a 9, 9.5, and if they drop into that flow, they might ride it for a while at a full 10. Now, during fire drills, unexpected interruptions, family, employee, or client distractions, they might drop down to a 7. But that's their bottom. They fluctuate up and down very little, and they recover quickly. Usually they are averaging in the high 8s and into the 9s. Now, the 10%, they start at a 7. That's their base level of operation. And now the 10%ers might pop up to an 8, maybe even a 9, usually at the start of a year, a contest, a campaign, a new diet, a new goal, what have you. But what happens is a 10%er falls off. They drift, they lose their focus, and they drop to a 6, maybe even a 5. They might have tied the 1%er for a blip, but they couldn't maintain that level of focus. They fluctuate up and down, and it takes a little bit longer for them to recover and get back into focus. And that is how the 1%er beats them, and why the 1%er, the 10%er cannot join them. Now, the 20%ers, their base level of operation is about a 6. They too come out of the gates charging. They might even match the focus level of the 10%ers and the 1%ers for a bit, but when they drop off dramatically. And they get really down in the dumps about this drop as well. They go down to a 5, a 4, and often even a 3. The focus loss is devastating and frustrating to them, so they take a lot longer to recover and their fluctuations are further apart. No matter how busy they keep themselves, how hard they work, overwhelmed and stressed they might make themselves, the 20%ers will never be able to catch the 10%ers or the 1%ers based on their level of focus and their ability to sustain it. Now, the 80%ers, and that is most of society, well, their focus-based level is about a 2. Just look around you all day. And sure, at the new year, they push the reset button, they make those new resolutions, and sure, when they declare a new diet or even they start to go to the gym, or they start a new business, or they start a new prospecting or a new date night plan, they might shoot up to a level 6. Hey, who knows? Maybe even for a firefly flash or 2, they might even reach an 8. But not only are those moments rare for them, their drop is steep. When they drop hard and fast. And it is a blue moon until the next wave of real focus comes. And yet, These are the people who claim that the system is rigged and they want the government to take from the 1%ers and provide loan forgiveness and free handouts to the 80%ers. But I digress. Here's the bottom line. Yes, everybody focuses, and everybody has a focus problem. The difference between the 1%ers and everybody else is that they've learned how to operate their base at a level 8. They are often operating at a level 9+, and they stay there longer, and their drops are more infrequent and less dramatic, and their recovery is faster. Thus, their overall loss of focus is less fluctuating. That is the gargantuan edge that they have learned to gain, and why they lead the life that they lead in the same game of 24/7, 365. And you're gonna hate this, but they do it all with less stress, overwhelm, and number of hours working. And I'm gonna tell you firsthand, there are no differences between them and you. We are no different than you. You can do the very same thing. You can enjoy the very same results and lifestyle if you learn to focus at a level of the 1%ers. It's that simple. Is it easy? No. That's why most don't. But yes, it is simple when you learn how. That is why I built the Insane Productivity System, to teach you how. I'm not here to sell it to you. It's not even open for public enrollment right now. You can get yourself on the notification list, but that part's up to you. I just build the resources that I know make the difference, that gain you the edge as we've been talking about. You have to decide whether you want the edge or not. Do some looking in the mirror this morning. Be honest with yourself. Where would you admit to operating recently? Or better yet, what would your results and income and productive outcomes prove where you have been operating of recent? Have you been operating as a 1%er, a 10%er, a 20%er, or an 80%er? And what level are you committed to getting to? Jot that confession down in your Darren Daily Journal and declare it in the comments below. Your confession is safe with us. We are all of like mind, like ambition, and full support of each other's greater success. And I look forward to reading your declarations.